Hello everyone, and welcome to this advanced video series on advanced operations with edX Studio. Today we're going to be reviewing one procedure that will help us merge the content of two courses into one single course. This is a bit of an advanced procedure and requires some manual intervention in the XML files, but hopefully it will be very useful for those of you that are dealing with different courses on edX and need to move some content, but maybe not all of the content, from one course to the other. So as usual, we're going to be using our training site. In this case we have two courses here. One is called Basic Astronomy and the other one is Advanced Astronomy. These are just dummy courses, but you will see from the studio view that this first one, the Basic Astronomy one, has sections 1 and 2 with some subsections and units within those, and then the Advanced Astronomy course will have sections 3 and 4. So what we want to do is to merge all the content of the Basic Astronomy course into the Advanced Astronomy course, so that we will end up having a course that has all the units, all the sections on it, 1, 2, 3 and 4. The standard procedure of exporting this basic course and then importing the course into the advanced course will not work, because it would delete my 3 and 4 sections. It will just create a copy of the basic course and override everything I have in the advanced course. So in this case we have to be a little bit more creative to actually accomplish the movement of these two sections from basic to the advanced course. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is take an export of both courses. The basic course, I'm going to make an export just to to use it in this procedure, and also to have a copy to come back to in any case I would need that. So let's store my versions here and let's name it appropriately so that I can understand what each file corresponds to. So this is the basic course .tar.gzip, and then I will do the same for the advanced course. I'm going to export a copy of the course the way it is right now, and that will help me just do all the procedure. So let's call this one advanced course. Right, now that I have that, I can go and check my files. So I can now here see that I have my extracted files, basic course and advanced course. Both of them are really small because these are just dummy courses, but typically this would be large compressed files with all the assets of the course and all the configurations for each of my units in the course. So what we're going to do is we're going to unzip this basic course and also unzip this advanced course. We're going to extract all the components from the basic course that we need to copy manually into the advanced course. So let's do that. First of all, let's unzip this. You can use any kind of tool for unzip it. I'm going to use 9-zip right now because it's the one I have. So I'm just going to unzip all my course here. It is a two-step procedure because it's a file that's packaged into a .tar.gz. So I have to first unzip it, and then I have to extract all the files from the .tar file. So once I do all that, I end up with a folder that is not zipped, that it's always called course, and it has all the content of my course. It has quite a few subfolders in here that will have all the assets of my course and the different chapters, sections, subsections, everything. We will explain a bit more about this structure afterwards. But for the time being, I'm going to rename this folder because it's going to be confusing if it's only called course. So I'm going to change it to basic course so that I am fully aware of this of which one this is. So this is basic course, and I'm going to do exactly the same procedure for the advanced course, which I have here in .tar.gz. I have to again unzip it twice, extract the contents twice. So Let's quickly do that. So after I finished, I have already another folder that's also called course this time, but this was this was the result of uncompressing the advanced course. So I'm also going to change it to be more clear to advanced course, so that we absolutely know where we're dealing with. Right, so as I mentioned, the process we're going to do is to move the contents of the basic course into the advanced course. So I'm going to split the two in separate windows so that it's easier to see what we're going to do. So let's open this advanced in a new window and the basic one on the left. So I'll have the advanced on the right and the basic on the left. So as you can see, there is the same list of objects in both courses, and what I'm going to do is to copy the files from one to the other, but I have to be aware that some of these folders contain individual files for each of the components of the course, in which case, for example, that's the case of chapter. It contains one file for each of the chapters of the course, in which case I can just simply move the whole chapter component from one side to the other. But some of those contain, for example, in this case, this file course, it contains information about the whole course. It's not about a specific object, but about the whole course. So if I went and copied it all the way down here, it would simply overwrite the contents of my advanced course, which is not what I want. So I have to know exactly which folders I can just go and copy into that. And the precise list would be chapter, HTML, problems, sequentials, static, verticals, and video. These 8 folders, let me verify. These 7 folders are the ones that I can safely move to the other side, because I wouldn't be overriding anything, as long as the components are not shared between two courses. It may be the case that I have the same component created in 2 different courses, maybe the same image or something, and in that case even these folders will have some components that will be overwritten on the other side. So it's a good practice always to make the copy and just be aware of any notification that comes up here. In this case, it's telling me that there is already a file named Astronomy for Beginners, because both courses are sharing the same image. So in this case, this is okay. I can just replace it. It's just the exact same file, so there's no need to have 2 copies of it. And I didn't get any other notification, which is good. It means that I didn't have any override issues. In case I had, I would have to go and make sure that I'm not overriding some component of the advanced course. But if the courses are significantly different, it should not be the case. So in this case, I'm good to go. I have already put all the components into my advanced course, and the next thing I have to do, in this case, I deleted the folders from the basic course. I should have probably just made a copy, but it doesn't really matter. I don't have to work with this basic course anymore, so I'm going to delete that folder afterwards. So that's just fine. The next thing I need to do is worry about the things that I cannot simply copy and paste, because it would create some override issues. So there's a file in the course subfolder in each side that I need to manually edit. So I'm going to open each of these versions of the file. The file is called T1 in this case, because that's the course run code. So I'm going to open this one in a text editor, and also the one for the basic course, I'm going to open it in a text editor, and keeping the same arrangements, the basic on the left and the advanced on the right. In this case, what I can see is that each of the files have a list of the chapters that are part of the course. So the basic course has these 2 lines representing the 2 chapters, and the advanced course has these 2 lines representing the 2 chapters. So what I need to do is to copy these 2 lines from the left and paste them on the right. Since these are chapters 1 and 2, I can just put them before the other ones. I could put them at the end as well. The important thing is to move these 2 lines corresponding to the 2 chapters in here, and just save this file. So I just made a change on the file that lists the chapters of the advanced course. I don't need this one anymore, and I can just focus on this one now. So now that I have done this, I can just forget about not worry anymore about the basic course folders, and I'll work with this advanced course. I have everything I need in here. The last thing I need to do is to repackage all this set of folders into a course in order to import it into Studio. So we're going to maybe rename this folder to Advanced Course Final, which is just renaming the folder in order to be sure that this is the new version. And I'm going to add that to a .tar.gz file using 9zip or any other file packaging application. I'm going to create a .tar.gz. So here we go. I need to add to archive with a tar, which will be compressing everything, and then advanced course final. I also need to do it in 2 steps. So the second step would be to make it a gz file. So at the end I end up with a file that is called advancedcoursefinal.tar.gz. This is the one, and I can now use this file to import it into my advanced course. So let's do it and see the final result. I'm now back in the Studio version application and the advanced course. So I'm going to go to import, and I'm going to import into this course the specific file that I worked through, which is advancedcoursefinal.tar.gz, and hit on replace my course with the existing. This would take some time for uploading, unpacking, verifying, and if everything goes well, you will see all these green notifications and this check mark that says everything went well. And then if I go to view updated outline, you will get, as expected, the 4 sections of the course. So this course has section 1, section 2, section 3, and section 4, as we expected. So that was the procedure. There is some manual work involved, but if you really need to merge the courses, this is the way to do it. Make sure to leave us some comments or questions in the box, and subscribe to our channel to get some more videos like this in the future.